Hi, I'm Dana Dajani and I'm in front of Ittihad Towers in Abu Dhabi where I'm about to interview Amir Al-Aidi, who's the head of marketing and corporate communications at Waha Capital. Amir Al-Aidi is a KU alumni. Now, the University of Kansas was voted number 56 in terms of top public schools in the United States. And I thought it interesting to find out that 1 out of every 3 international students that studies in the US studies at an unranked school and pays just about the same as going to a ranked school. So we're going to find out just what Amir got out of his time at KU. So we are here today with Amir Al-Aidi. So I'm very happy to be chatting with a fellow KU alumni. Tell us where you're from and what you do.
I was born in Houston. I'm a US citizen, but I'm originally Syrian. I'm currently the head of marketing and corporate communications at Waha Capital, an asset management company in Abu Dhabi.
You attended KU as an undergrad?
Correct.
What took you to Kansas?
Well, I always get asked that question. We have family members that have been there for almost 50 years. When it was time for me to sort of make a decision as to where I wanted to go to school, my parents were more comfortable sending me somewhere where we had family that can keep an eye on me. So.
Sure. And you didn't start at KU,
No,
I
that's
understand.
right. No, I did not. I actually started at K-State, my first semester of my freshman year. A bit of a different experience, I would say. I think that the sort of environment there was very different to what I was expecting. So I ended up transferring to the University of Kansas the semester after that.
And how did you discover the University of Kansas?
So a friend of mine that I went to high school with here in Abu Dhabi went to KU straight from high school. And he kept nagging on me, telling me to come and visit him, and I finally did that. And I just fell in love with the place.
So when you say here, you mean here in Abu Dhabi?
Yes,
which
correct.
is where you were raised?
Yes, absolutely.
And what was the transition like from Abu Dhabi to Lawrence, Kansas?
I think that it's always going to be a bit nerve-wracking for anyone, no matter where you go. I think it really just sort of depends on the student life, the people who you meet, who you interact with, and how sort of you can get kind of just quickly ingrained into what's going on around you. And for me, I think the friends who I made, I would say were the ones that made the transition very easy for me, because people are really, really friendly there.
And those friends that you made freshman year, they were from the dorms and your experience living
Yeah, exactly. So I lived in McCollum Hall, which unfortunately is not around anymore. I'd say it was probably the best dorm at the time.
Yeah.
So all the friends that I made at McCollum are still my friends till today.
Great.
Yeah.
And they're friends that are from the States, or they're international students as well?
So there's actually a couple of international students who I'm still in touch with who live here, but most of them are Americans and most of them are from all around the US. So some were from Chicago, some were from the state of Kansas, Texas, so all around really.
And how else did you spend your time? I know you're a big fan of our basketball team, our amazing basketball team.
Yes. I'd say that was one of the best experiences, and for any sports fan out there, I highly recommend that you attend a basketball game at the University of Kansas, and you can check every ranking out there. And Allen Fieldhouse, which is the name of the stadium, is probably one of the most popular basketball stadiums in the United States.
And you were just in the States last weekend to see
correct.
a KU
That's right.
basketball game.
I attended a KU Duke game. Those are the two sort of blue blood basketball schools, and fortunately we won. So it made the trip worthwhile.
Rock chalk.
That's right.
And you were there with some friends who you'd studied with how many years ago?
A long time ago, so 97, 98. So these are friends that I've had, like I said, since then. And with that, that's almost 20 years now. Time's going by really quickly. They're still my friends, and we all met up in New York, and we attended the game and had a great time.
Clearly there's a lot there to give a really rich student life, but what about your education? The education that you received. So what did that prime you for later on in your career?
Okay. So communications is what I did, and that's what I ended up, doing career-wise. I think like any sort of typical university, you should start off in the bigger halls. Classes sort of tend to get smaller and smaller, gradually. I think that the professors were really amazing. They were very approachable, very knowledgeable, very impressive in terms of what they've accomplished in their lives. So academically, honestly, it was a great experience.
And what did it prepare you for later in your career?
The very first kind of job that I had after I graduated was with there was a think tank in the United States in Houston called the James Baker Institute for Public Policy. So the nature of my work kind of forced me to deal with some very important seasoned politicians in the US. So I felt an immediate impact in terms of what we kind of learned from an academic perspective and what I was able to apply immediately in my job. So I think I was quite lucky from that perspective.
And I mean, Lawrence, we want to say, is actually a very different world than the rest of the Midwest. I mean, it's full of parks and cultural institutions, and you walk into a store, like there's a cat hanging out on the register, and maybe the store owner isn't wearing shoes, and you just automatically feel very much at home.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
There's no like pretension there, and everyone's super
That's spot
friendly.
on. Spot on.
Waves at you, looks you in the eye, and says hello.
Yep. What I would say is that Lawrence was very, very different. It's super hilly. There's actually like 3 lakes, I think. And there's one on campus, which was a really nice place to just go hang out and relax. Aesthetically, it's just such a beautiful campus. And if I remember, I think while I was there, it won the most beautiful campus in the United States like 2 years in a row or something like that.
Wow.
And once you actually go there and see it yourself, you'll know why.
You know exactly why. If you could describe KU, say, in just 3 words, what would they be?
I'd say fun, friendly, warm. Those are the things that definitely come to mind. Excellence as well in everything that they did at KU.
So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
and
you for
all
coming
of your
in.
insights.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah,
Rock Chalk J-Ho.